Good morning. This is Pete Duranzio here with another magic charm. This will be the first of 2018. And I've just recently had a request to show how to filter out specific case IDs or specific accident numbers from an existing study. So here we go. I have here an existing study, Broadway and Main Street, and I've got a simple list of crash data on the screen. Just pick 3 fields for that. And the desire here is to say, well, about 5 of these or 4 of these don't belong in the study. So I'm going to remove 4 of them. So I write down the ones that I want to remove, and I'm going to go down to the filter here, select filter, and you'll notice we have a clear filter selected. I'm going to say make a new filter, and there's my new filter. And I'm going to edit it. So I click on edit. There's a number of ways to do this. I'm going to point out a couple of them. So the one that's probably easiest to describe looks something like this. I have selected accident num, which is the accident number field for this particular client's database. And I've said accident number does not equal this value, and it doesn't equal this value, and it doesn't equal this value, and it doesn't equal this value. And that will remove those crashes from the diagram. So let's go choose that. And we'll see we lose those 4 crashes have now been removed. There's a simpler way to do that, and so we're going to take a look at that real quick. So this involves a little bit of syntax here. I need a lot of parentheses, I need a whole bunch of ands, and that sort of stuff. So I'm going to get rid of that, and we're going to try a little bit of an easier way. And this is a function that's built into the program. It's called NoMatch. And what NoMatch does is it makes sure that none of these values out here match the first value. So I'm saying no match. I don't want anything to match accident num that is in this list. If it matches it, it doesn't, then the filter fails. So there I have it. I've got accident num, I've got my 4 numbers, and I choose save and return to that one. And once again, we'll be limited to those 9 instead of the 13 crashes that should be there. Lastly, worth noting, because this is how you'll see stuff come from PD programming, is that typically you will know the names of your own fields. You can pick from your field list for which accident number you're actually working with. PD programming frequently does not always know the accident number off the top of our head. So if we're ever working with you, we're going to put in case ID because that's our internal name. And you notice there's an underscore before that. That makes it one of PD programming's fields. But all case ID is it points to your crash number, your accident number, your incident ID, whatever field is being used in your database, we just reference it using case ID. So you can always use case ID as a means of accessing your case ID or your accident number from a crash. So this would be my final version of the filter, is I'd say no match and those field values. And so I'm going to save that. I'm going to come back, I'm going to give it a name. So I'm going to rename this to my specific IDs. And I'm going to rename it, and I've got my specific IDs, and that is how you filter for specific case numbers in a diagram. Worth noting in a study, worth noting, you may note that I put quotes around the case number. In all cases with Crash Magic, you will find that we turn any case number fields into a string, and that's why we have these quotes around them. That's because we always treat them as a string. In a few databases, your database provider may have used a numeric value, an integer, for example, in which case you would remove the quotes. But in all Crash Magic situations where we're using our case ID, that is a string, and it will always be a string, so you'll always include those quotes like that. Thanks. Hope that's helped somebody, and hope you enjoy the rest of 2018.